So, what's your name and where do you come from?
My name is Melody, and I am in Tennessee. I think that's where I come from. Just
So,
moved.
you've just completed step one of your clutter clearing journey. Woo! Now, it's taken you a while to complete step one because you moved home in the middle, which understandably meant that you weren't able to have as much time for your journey as you normally would. So, how did you manage to stay motivated and successfully move home?
Well, there were different things that helped. One of them was having accountability calls because that gave me some accountability. It's like just and the planning things out. Um, so with the accountability calls, we talked about what I would do for the next week and realized that it would be important to have much smaller goals for the clutter clearing course because I had so many things to do with moving. And so making the goals be manageable goals made it possible to keep moving. If I had had big goals, it would have been too much and I wouldn't have even tried.
As you know, in step one, we don't do any physical clutter clearing. Instead, we're focusing on understanding our clutter and our home. So, what have you learned or realized about yourself or your clutter while you've been on step one?
Well, step one has a lot of information about clutter and where it comes from. So I have to say I learned of a lot of things about myself and about my clutter. Um, like one of the things that I learned was about attachment and how like why I'm so much attached to things and why it's so difficult for me to let go of things.
Does that help knowing that there's a reason why?
Yes, yeah, because understanding there's a reason why, then I don't feel like, oh, I'm a horrible person because like I don't feel stupid or anything because it makes sense. Like I get it. And now it's like, okay, it's okay that there's a problem. Now let's see what we can do to work through it.
Great. In step one, we also start to get into a routine of doing the doing, as I like to call it. So, what's one thing that you've started doing on step one that you've found has made it easier to do the doing, and that you're going to carry on in step two that you think will help with your motivation?
That would be the weekly planner. Um, Doing the weekly planner every week really helps me to have a schedule, a rhythm in my life that helps me to to know what to do next and to figure things out. It really helps a lot.
Is there anything that you're looking forward to doing or starting to do in step two?
Step two. I am looking forward to not having as much piles of papers around, but I'm not looking forward to the going through the papers.
Yeah. Don't worry, we will manage it. We will concentrate on the new and incoming first so that we can control that accumulation. Finally, having successfully completed step one, what advice would you have for anyone who's thinking about starting their journey but is worried that they might struggle to keep going or stay motivated long enough to complete it?
I would say put time in your schedule for it and go for it. If you have a spot that you can, like if you have time or can find a time that will work for you, then go ahead and go for it because the way the journey is set up, it helps you to learn how to make that time and to keep motivated.
Great. So well done for completing step one. Yay! And we look forward to hearing about how you get on as you start step two. Thanks, Melody.